It's time to take off your clothes, enjoy clothes-free living, and join us for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
Welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, the show that celebrates clothes-free living for all. I'm your host, Frank Stone.
And I'm your correspondent, Lisa Monroe, and I'll be reporting on all things within the naturist community. So it's time to get naked and join us.
And enjoy clothes-free living on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Well, greetings and welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 69 today.
Rob here, today acting as a bit of a roving reporter here in London, England. Something that came across my desk this week was the launch of a new naked calendar from the ladies of the Women's Institute here in the UK. The calendar launches on the 24th of October and will be available to buy online. Maybe in the future I'll be able to bring you some more nude news from here in the UK, but for now, have a great clothes-free day.
And now let's get to part two of my interview with the current president for AANR, the terrific Linda Weber. What do you think are the hang-ups or the drawbacks for the younger folks? Just too busy to get involved and sign up and show up at a club once in a while? Or is there something else that they just want to get through the 20s or their 30s before they do stuff? What have you heard?
It really varies, but there's a theme that really goes into it. And there's the time factor. A lot of them are working, and the cost. They don't necessarily want to get into a big club cost. They believe that they may not use that. And then they don't necessarily want to be locked into a club. They like the free beaches. They like the hiking, music festivals, fun festivals, runs, the paint throws, things like that, or just getting together with their age group.
Once again, Linda Weber, president for AANR. Linda, go out there and have a great clothes-free day. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
You bet. And here she is, the completely over-the-top and clothes-free and 100% smiling, our resident naturist correspondent, Lisa Monroe. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today?
I'm doing okay, except I'm also slightly sunburned.
And you noticed some other things you mentioned as well that I didn't even see, right?
Well, I love those Polish sausages that you soak in beer and then put on the grill. They are unbelievably good, and they're just everything, every vegetable you could think of. For not a huge number of people, there was a lot of food, which was consumed too, so which meant more exercise this week.
Oh, you're not kidding. And that's not really the focus of getting together, but it's a big part of what we do, because we get together around 11 in the morning and immediately have a meal,
Right.
like a lunch, brunch, whatever.
Right.
Eat again about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, then eat again at 7 or 8 at night.
There's kind of grazing going on most of the day, because it's not major food, it's snacks like chips and stuff, and a fun day.
Yeah. With that, Lisa Monroe, we must head for the hills. Go out there and have a great clothes-free week. We'll talk to you next week.
You too, and I'm going to put something on the sunburn. Bye.
Okay. Now let's get to part one of my interview with BLANEY and STEVE, the owners of Playa Sonrisa in Mexico.
Body positive. I'm very confident. So it wasn't anything why I didn't do it. It just never was in my story, right? It never took me to those places. And my brothers, apparently, who did, never shared it with me. So it wasn't something we had discussions about. So when Steve and I first bought Playa Sonrisa, like he mentioned, we went down there for 2 weeks to decide if we were going to keep it clothes free or not. We couldn't, we weren't sure, honestly. We were like, do we want to, do we not want to? It's up to us.
Oh yes, we actually have a full service restaurant. The restaurant, big restaurant, it's beautiful. It's one of the things that really sold us on purchasing the place. When we walked in, it was just like jaw dropping. We have a bar. It would seat about 30 to 40 people. Of course, we only have it set up for the 14 people if we need for a full house. But we've had 40 people in there when we had the cruise ship.
The terrific BLANEY and STEVE, owners of Playa Sonrisa in Mexico. Check them out. Their website is in the show notes. And next week on episode 70, part 2 of my interview with BLANEY and STEVE. Well, you've been listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 69 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.